Greetings.
Dwalin was right to count on Nos Grimsong and his friends amongst the Thrushes. These notes confirm that the Dowerhands brought their stolen gold in secret down into the Vale of Frame, but the Thrushes insist that they then returned to their old stronghold in the mountains that border the Vale. I thought that old city was infested with goblins now. There were goblins in the Silverdeep as well, and the Dowerhands seem to have passed untroubled. There is something strange going on here, Aureen, though you probably don't need me to tell you that.
Might you lend me an ear?
The Thrushes saw the Dowerhands carrying this stolen gold into the old Dowerhand city to the west. That is very peculiar. You see, it has been infested with goblins for the past 2 years. I don't know why the Dowerhands would bring the gold into a goblin-held city even if they once called it home. Most peculiar. It reminds me of the tale of... I'm sorry, you want to head west to the old Dowerhand city and search it for the stolen Longbeard gold, I expect. It won't be easy, but I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits. Head west of Noglond and look for the stairs carved into the mountainside, and watch out for the goblins. We can choose one of those when we're done. Even though they're probably not going to be good for me. So this is going to take us back up into the hills where we started today's stream. I'm not okay. Hey, I want to say thank you for getting me into LOTRO. I've been watching your Let's Play for a while, and I'm on number 288 and still watching. So thank you for watching that deep into the series. And you've got plenty of pre-recorded stuff ready to go, because I think the last one before tonight's stream was 412, if I'm not mistaken, not including any other little side bits and pieces. But hopefully you're enjoying the series so far. I have no idea what number 288 would have been, but maybe you can fill me in what area of the game that was doing. And are you playing along, watching it while you're playing along? So playing the game through the regions that I'm playing through, or are you just kind of playing at your own pace and watching it in the background? Or I know quite a few people have commented that they quite enjoy kind of like essentially questing along with me, going through the regions the same time as the series does. And Vaughan says, last time I watched you, you were yeeting orcs off a cliff in Rohan and caught the start of your high elf playthrough. I imagine you're referring to using a war steed to boot orcs off of the top of the waterfalls and stuff, which was always good fun. Going orc bowling with the heavy war steed. I don't know why I'm getting off to fight all these goblins. Don't actually need to fight them at all. So up at the top of the hill, so it's left for the goblin chieftain, but the right is where the dwarves live, which is one of the entrances to Sanur. Find the stolen gold. No, we need to be careful here because these guys are level 48 and purple. But we didn't need to go that far. What am I missing? It's out here. Do I need to just kill this guy, maybe? He's the burglar. There we go. There we go. Collect the stolen Longbeard gold. Fight these guys just because they're here. Oh, hello. Where are you going? Leave no witnesses. Kill them all. Go on, hit him. Bloody lag. I am not okay. Of Elves and Dwarves Part 3. You're finishing quest between Moria and Lothlorien. So, back in the day. So, those were the days. So the pre-quests, presumably, to get into Lothlorien. I don't think you need to do them now to actually get into the city, into the woods of Lothlorien without being murdered. But that used to be fun back in the day. Given that if you didn't get the acquaintance reputation before you tried crossing the river into Lothlorien, the elves would just instant kill you. Which was funny, but irritated people that didn't like, that wanted to try and play through the entire game without dying, and then something like that would happen. They felt a bit cheated. Yeah, I remember recording that. I think that was with Hal and Benji. And Benji hadn't seen Star Trek and he didn't know What, he's dead, Jim Mint. Remember that much.
What do you need?
Well done, Aureen, and well done indeed. I will deliver this gold to Dwalin at Thorin's halls, but it sounds to me like you have a more urgent errand to undertake. So yeah, my earrings are much better than either of those two.
Come and stay a moment.
That Dowerhand burglar said that his folk paid the goblins well to steal a prince. I don't know what that means, but it can't be good. Maffy Sourhand became chieftain of Gondamon, the great watchpost of the Lone Lands, shortly after the Dowerhands were driven from Thorin's hall. If there is a war brewing, Maffy needs to be warned so he can begin the preparations. Follow the road east of Gondamon. There I expect you will find Maffy on the upper levels. Travel with great haste, Aureen. I would quicken your feet with a tale of great deeds, but I see there is no time to spare. So if you remember, we were with Maffy earlier, investigating the disappearance of this so-called elf prince. Talk to Maffy. So both of these are going to be inside Gondamon. Let's take the express route. Lost Shire Hobbit. 288 was Mirkwood Elves and Dwarves Prologue, and episode 300 was the Warsteed and Brienne Rohan.
What do you want?
You could not have arrived with this news at a better time, Aureen. An elf prince has gone missing, and the elves are convinced that we have abducted him and refuse to believe otherwise. We have learned where the prince is being held, an encampment of Dowerhands to the northeast. Your information tells us a great deal about his fate, and I hope it is enough. The elves have sent an emissary to Gondamon, and she insists that we rescue this Aberfowl as a sign of our goodwill. A sign of our goodwill? As if the Longbeards need to prove anything. I have always considered myself an even-tempered dwarf, but this emissary has gone too far. We need someone who is neither dwarf nor elf to organise this rescue. I do not want to be responsible for an outbreak of war in the Blue Mountains. So this is where we just were with the Elven prologue. So we had to seek out the ranger, who is kind of going to be our little mediator between the two groups. So both the elf and the dwarf unique bits are now finished, and we're now on the united path of the prologue. So the fourth gear we need to find in Kheledul. Sundered Shield we need to hand in to this guy over here.
Well met.
This is what I feared, but I could not bring myself to admit it. The shield bears mute testimony to the treachery of the Dowerhands. You have my thanks for these dark tidings.
Will you help me?
You have done me a great service, ill though your news was received. These vile Dowerhands. How dare they? Gelir came to them to talk of peace, but they cut him down like a goblin. I will have my revenge. Our elders watch me too closely, for they know my temper. I cannot fight the Dowerhands myself, but you! A while back an elf came here looking for information about the Dowerhands. He thought they might be up to something truly terrible. He said his name was Glamir. I sent him towards the woods northeast of Gondamon. Seek him out. Maybe he knows the whereabouts of Skiffy Blackhand, the leader of the Dowerhands at the fortified eastern camp. My brother must have been slain at his orders. A grim and deadly warrior he is. Seek Glamir to learn of Skiffy's whereabouts and wreak my vengeance upon Skiffy's head. So, I'm going to murder him. I'm not okay, says, yes, sadly I'm only level 15, had to restart due to not remembering my old account and hadn't played in years. I guess I should say you got me back into LOTRO. That's good to hear. Hope you're enjoying playing it again, even if you can't get back on your old characters. I just realised we've got a trait point as well. So now that we actually have our 6th trait point, we can get something from the second row. I'm going to think it's probably going to be the Call of Orome. Where are we going? So our first row of traits, we can get increased ballad and coda damage, but we need that to unlock piercing ballads, which increases crit chance of ballads. So it's not bad, it's nice to have. Your ballads are your bread and butter skills. Discordant cries. Hang on, I'm going the wrong way. I need to talk to the elf over here. So dissonance, cry, and call damage. So that's fine. So dissonance is what used to be called war speech. So it's just increased damage while we're in our damage stance, basically. so again, is very nice to have. Or Call of Orome, which grants us a brand new skill, which is an AoE skill, max targets of 3, but they have to be within 5 meters of each other, and it's got a 35 meter range. So it's another call and shout, which is kind of like our burst DPS skills. So we 100% want that skill next. And then I can kind of move some of this stuff around just so it's a bit easier to do. So let's put that down there. So we can basically use our Call to Fate and Call of Orome as kind of our burst DPS skills because they're both up AoE. Where is it? So Call to Fate has a 35 meter range, but it's single target, whereas Call of Orome is going to call down a lightning strike of like beam of light, which is going to nuke everyone, like the ion cannon from Command and Conquer. So Glamour.
Melon.
Skiffy Blackhand? Yes, I know of him indeed. I have seen him just beyond the main gates of the Dowhand encampment to the north. Be cautious. The going will not be easy within the walls of that encampment. I bet it will be. So he's just north of the lake. So up and around we go. So hopefully he's literally just in the first room, or maybe the second room, and we don't have to go too far up the hill. Is that him there? Or one of these guys wandering around? There he is. Okay, we'll use our new skill. Ready? Badoom. Cool down the nuclear strike on his head. Defeated Skiffy Blackhand. Cool down another strike. AoE. There we go. Nice little coda just to splat them as well. And then just to demonstrate, because we've got 2 wound effects on us at the moment, those 2 up here. Oh, hello, get off. So, I can use my Story of Courage to remove that. Not that those are particularly dangerous ones, but sometimes you can get some really dangerous damage over time effects. So, he's dead. I've completed a Slayer deed of some sort. It's the Slaying Goblins in Ered Luin. I thought I'd already done that one, but hey ho. So once we complete all the advanced deeds, we tick those off. What have we got next? Go back to Gondamon, and then the 4th gear is in Kheledul, so that's fine. Remove that from the tracker. Let's put the prologue back on the tracker because we need to do that soon. So it's just those 3 then. Oh, I forgot about my pending loot. So most of this is probably going to be a load of crap. So most of this I'm probably just going to loot. Yeah, all that's good. I do tend to forget about that, even before I stop playing, when everything just gets shoved in pending loot. Let's open up some presents as well. So, open silver presents, 100 virtue XP, open... Oh, shit. That was a free one, wasn't it? I didn't spend... No, I've removed riffle coins. Whoops. Oh, well. Just spent 8 riffle coins for a little bit more virtue XP. Whoops. Craft boost is not too bad, though. So, back up the hill. Talk to Askel.
What do you need?
Ha! So you have done my will and slain the villain who killed my brother. You have done well, Aurene, but it is strange. I feel no pleasure at this news. The Dowhands will choose a new captain and nothing will change. There must be more we can do, something that will truly help.
Come and stay a moment.
Though we Longbeards were able to throw the Dowhands out of most of our standings after they revealed their true evil 2 years ago, they are as yet still too strong for us to fight them in the field. The last major Dowhand holding in Ered Luin is the river port of Kheledul. It is at Kheledul where much of their remaining strength is concentrated. And it is at Kheledul where they stockpile their stolen wealth, the treasure they robbed from us during the long years of their tyranny in Thorin's halls. You have proven yourself to be a capable warrior and a true friend. If you can raid Kheledul and recover the stolen treasure, not only will you be striking a blow for Durin's folk, you'll be dealing a sharp blow in my brother's name as well. And we can get various rewards from that one. And what else have you got here?
Will you help me?
Though my brother is avenged, I fear that my sorrow I spoke too plainly to a younger dwarf who now risks his own life to avenge his own brother, a member of Gaele's company. The dwarf Sigurdur went towards Kheledul to avenge his brother, but likely is at a tower on the outskirts of the port with the deposed dockmaster Svanir. Follow the road east beyond Frassie's cabin towards the shore and keep an eye out for Sigurdur. I pray you are not too late to stop his folly. So we're going to help him out as well then. Right, is there any other quests we need to pick up in here? Shouldn't be any, because we should already have them all unlocked. So if we take ourselves over there then, all of our quests should be in and around Kheledul now, by the looks of it. So up and over. And let's try not to fall off a cliff as we autopilot. It makes me feel bad, like driving past all these copper deposits and I can't mine them. And the flip side of that being that since I'm a scholar, I'm going to be completely oblivious to the fact that I'm constantly going past scholar nodes. Because most of my characters are set up as explorers, just so they can gather ore and wood as they go about their daily duties and hand it off to my various other characters that are actually the proper crafters that I use to supply all my characters. So I've kind of got a top tier crafter for each of the different crafting ranks, and then I've got a couple of spares because sometimes it's handy to have spare crafters for recipes that have cooldowns. So like I've got 4 jeweler characters maxed, so that, you know, if I have a guild crafted recipe that has a 7-day cooldown, I can make 4 of them a week using 4 different jewelers. I've gone too far to the north because I'm going off towards the spiders now. There's Dweilond up on the hills there, hanging over the cliffs. It's a long way down if you fall off of that. Speaking of long way downs, it should be survivable. Oh. Yep. How bad is that? A minute, but it should hopefully be finished talking to them by then.
I am at your service.
So, Askell told me not to go, but I would hear nothing of his warning. My brother Arndor was not much older than myself, and I feel I must avenge him. I failed. The Dowerhands are too rooted within that port for one dwarf, more minor than warrior, to dislodge. You, though, are a hale and hearty warrior, else you would not be here. Yep, so what are you going to make me do?
Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
I did attempt to fight my way through the port in search of the leader, to no avail. His cowardice keeps him well hidden, and his lackeys gave my legs a good beating. Were it not for Svanir, I likely would have fallen to them as well. I failed to avenge Arndor. I am not fit for another foray, but you have helped, Askell. And I hope that you will help me. Below us in the valley to the east lay the port of Kheledul, and therein the Dowerhands. Would you go in there and strike down a goodly number of the forces there, so I might be able to give my brother the vengeance that he deserves? So he just wants us to kill 8 Dowerhands, that's fine.
Well met, friend.
If you want to get inside Kheledul, I'm the dwarf you need. The Dowerhands have let my fine harbour sink into filth and disrepair. Any foe of theirs is a friend of mine. A ship came out of the north and has been sitting at anchor for a few days now. From what I can gather, she's called the Irestone, and her captain is a particularly unpleasant-looking Dowerhand. If he's planning on taking the elf prince back north on his ship, you need to hurry. I overheard the guards at the gates saying the ship wouldn't be long in port. During the day, you will be too visible, but at night you need not be a burglar to sneak into Kheledul undetected. You'll want to stay clear of the night watch or they'll raise the alarm. So, is that going to be an instance? It is going to be an instance. There we go. I was going to say, if we have to wait till nightfall, that could be a bit annoying.
Moved from the Dowerhand encampment to a ship preparing to depart for an unknown port in the north. His rescue is paramount to maintaining peace in Ered Luin.
Okay, so he's sleeping there. Can I literally sneak in? So where am I going? They are patrolling around. I don't know whether I'm going to fail if I aggro them though. I'm going to assume he's going to be on the boat. In which case, I need to try and sneak past these guys. Is he turning around? No. Oh. Well, hasn't failed the instance. And it's actually counting towards my quest, so we'll try and keep the aggro to a minimum. There's the boat over here. There we go. Instant kill. Stealth takedown. There he is. Found the Kheledul docks, which is another one of the places of the dwarves.
Praise Elbereth, one who might be of help.
You are here to free me? Skorgrim Dowerhand has raised a goblin army in the cleft of Raftereig, and unless we can stop him, he will sweep through all the free lands. There is no time to waste, my friend. We will need to defeat the captain and his crew if we are to escape from Kheledul with our lives, and bring word of the danger which grows stronger from within Raftereig. The captain will soon return. Quickly, untie my hands. We need to escape from here. Now we've got an escort NPC. There he is. Bonk. Hit him with all the nuclear buttons. Oh, he's got an ally. Throw the intruders from my ship, you good-for-nothing sea dogs. There we go. They're all dead. Victory is ours.
The shadow has risen.
We must hurry, Aurene. Skorgrim has assembled an army of goblins within Raftereig, and though my rescue should end the threat of war between dwarves and elves, I fear the goblin army will not remain long within that narrow pass. Let us bring this warning out of Kheledul into the light of morning, and may our chance for peace also shine bright.
May
complete. There we go. So I don't actually have to escort him out in the end at all. So, oh, don't take me back up here. I want to do more stuff down in town.
What do you need?
Aberfar is safe, and the promise of peace is much closer than it was. But Ered Luin is not free of the threat of war just yet, Aurene. We must defeat Skorgrim Dowerhand and end his menace, and we must do this quickly before he can put the second stage of his plan into motion.